Hi everyone, you reach Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva. If this is your first time, welcome. If not, welcome back. For all of you out there, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. Hit the like button, chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. And share my video with your friends and family so that they can come to my channel and get to know me also. I'm here today with a quick video on Bernie Young, the former manager for Wendy Williams. So Bernie Young, well actually let me back up a little bit. Wendy Williams the other day when she did a live video, well she did a video on her Instagram page, she accused Bernie Young of doing her dirty and charging her American Express with $10,000, and that charge was actually for a lawyer. And he got the lawyer. He claimed he was working in Wendy Williams' best interest. He got the lawyer so that they can file a petition to get guardianship over Wendy Williams' finances. And this man actually thought it was a great idea that not only that Wendy Williams needed someone to look over her finances, but he should be the one to do it. Now, I think, isn't that kind of breaking some client, what do you call it? Like client and professional relationship? You are her manager and you see that something is not right with her. If you really cared, you would have said to the courts, or you would have spoke to someone, how can I go about helping my client protect her finances? But you don't go charge $10,000 on her credit card, get her a lawyer so that you can be the one that will look after her money. This man actually has a lot of accolades behind his name. Wendy Williams hired Bernie Young when she had to fire her ex-husband, Kelvin Hunter. So Kelvin Hunter was her manager, and since they got a divorce, she needed a new manager and she hired this man. So we can't say that Wendy Williams did not do her due diligence, because he does have a lot of accolades behind his name. He managed Rosie O'Donnell, and he managed Martha Stewart, and he won like 7 Emmys or something like that. So if you're looking in at someone's resume and trying to find or make a decision on whether or not, they should be your future manager, I think she did very well according to all of, according to his resume, so to speak, all the accolades that he has underneath his name. When you're thinking of the name as big as Rosie O'Donnell and Martha Stewart, I mean, that's pretty huge. And Martha Stewart and also Rosie O'Donnell, but definitely Martha Stewart has a long laundry list of great things underneath her belt, okay? She has stuff in Macy's. She's a marketing genius. She has TV shows. So picking a manager who has managed those people, you definitely did your due diligence. So Wendy did try to get her someone good. But little did she know that unfortunately, it seemed like she just had this streak of selecting people who wanted to take advantage of her. And they also said that after Wendy Williams hired him, once she fired Kelvin Hunter, it seemed to be more than just a manager client relationship. And I'm not saying they had anything sexual going on, but people said they just seemed closer than just it being a manager and a client relationship. Now, a little bit more about that Lori Schiller that Wendy Williams also kept talking about, and also had to fire when she fired people from her management team. Now, I did not know that this woman was actually an employee of Wells Fargo in their financial advisory department. See, that changes things a lot for me. I keep going back and forth like a ping pong to decide, is Wells Fargo looking out for Wendy Williams, or is Wells Fargo a part of this bigger scheme to just take control of her money? And the reason why I said that is because I truly did not know that Lori Schiller was an employee of Wells Fargo. I just thought she was on Wendy Williams' management team. But it seems as if this woman, she is an employee, or I don't know, she still is, of Wells Fargo in their advisory department. Wendy Williams met her, and Lori Schiller's role is kind of like to help big clients, make investments, decide, if they want to shift their money over here so it can grow even more. And so it seems that also this Lori kind of overstepped her boundaries and everything, her professional relationship with Wendy. And so with that being said, I don't know how much control, and I think it's going to matter in this whole case that Wendy Williams has going on. I don't know how much control did she give these two individuals to make decisions in her life. And the reason why I say that is because how did Bernie Young even come into possession of Wendy Williams' American Express card? I mean, I can have someone managing me and managing my career, but why are they connected and know about my different credit cards and have access to my different credit cards so that he can even make a transaction as such? Do you understand what I'm saying? So I don't know if at some point, because Wendy Williams trusted her husband, her ex-husband Kelvin, so much, I think when he was managing her, matter of fact, I almost feel like I can say this positively, when he was managing her, of course, that's your husband. So he had control of everything and all her finances and her cars and her bank accounts. And I think Wendy did not know pretty much how to do all of that on her own. So when she hired this manager, Bernie Young, she could have perhaps just turned everything over that Kelvin Hunter used to do over to this Bernie Young, and maybe that's why he had so much insight to all of her financial business. Maybe that's why he had access to her American Express card. She just trusted him too soon, too fast, and too much, and let him see all of her business, and it might have just had his wheels spinning and he got greedy. I can't say that for sure, but that is my guess. If you were so concerned about Wendy, and I'm talking about this Bernie Young, why wouldn't you say, okay, I think someone needs to step in and be guardian over her finances, but why don't we look and see which one of her family members, if any, can perhaps take over this role? Why you as a non-family member, I'm not going to say perfect stranger because he was a manager for a few years, but why you as her manager think that you are the only one or the appropriate one to become a guardian over Wendy Williams' finances? The other thing that I want to kind of throw in there, because as I was reading a little bit more in this situation, I want to throw in there this former doctor sending medical records to this Lori. And again, that's something that's highly questionable because first of all, when you go, I don't care if you go to a urgent care center, an emergency room, wherever you go, they have you, it may happen so quickly and you don't realize what's going on, but they have you signing all kinds of paperwork, either before they treat you or while they're trying to treat you. They have the intake person come in and they're like, sign here, that's about HIPAA. Sign here, who should we call or who else can we call in case something happens to you? Who do you want to be your personal contact? And then also will say on there too, can we tell them your medical business? Okay. So no doctor should be sending your medical records and your files to anyone. It's like Wendy said that, from what I heard Wendy said, is that this doctor sent her medical paperwork directly to Lori. Now, it's a difference. A court can order for your medical records, but no doctor should be sending your medical records to someone and it was not court ordered. So this little fraudulent, I'm gonna say, for a doctor or suspicious doctor, that needs to be looked into also, because why would he send this paperwork to Lori. Did Lori paying for that paperwork? I don't know. Like, I'm just, trying to think here and figure out what is going on. So this Bernie Young is 75 years old, and I am giving him the side eye, because why would you file paperwork so you could be guardian over Wendy Williams' money? And at this particular point in time, I will say this. From the video, do I think someone needs to step in and help Wendy out? And I'm talking about the video that Wendy made herself. I'm going to say absolutely yes. Who should this someone be? I really wish that it was a close family member, not her brother Tommy, because he doesn't seem, I'll be kind and say, ready to be in control of that type of money. But I would love to know where her sister is at. And the dad, and this is not, because some people just get so crazy about, age shaming. And listen, I'm a woman of a certain age, so I definitely would never do that. But I don't think her dad is in the greatest position to be the one to take over it, because I think her dad is like late 80s. So I'm thinking the best person that I can think of at this moment would be Wendy Williams' sister. I don't see Wendy Williams' sister, but again, we never know the dynamics of what's really going on in the family. But I don't see Wendy Williams' sister trying to take advantage of her and her money. So I'm going to keep a close eye on this. I didn't realize that Bernie Young actually filed to be the guardian over Wendy Williams' finances. It's almost like Wendy Williams just jumped out of the pot into the frying pan. I don't know if you ever heard that term. So she got rid of her husband, Kelvin Hunter, that was taking advantage of her, only to fall into the hands and the arms of just other vultures trying to take advantage of her. And this man should be 100% ashamed of himself for knowing that Wendy Williams trusted him as a friend, as a manager, as a client. And, he claims he has her best interest in mind. But if you did, you would have went about this in a different way. The court also allowed, this case to kind of go in as anonymous at first, but I think because Wendy Williams herself has spoken out and others have spoken out, that now we all know that this is what's happening to her. But I think they wanted to kind of keep it under hush, keep it under wraps. And again, this, I'm not saying the court wanted this, but I think other people in her life wanted to keep it under wraps so that everything could get pushed through the courts, and no one would have kind of known until someone else would have had control of Wendy Williams' money. So again, I think as a fan of Wendy Williams, as the public, we just have to keep a close eye on this situation. And there's a lot of times when the fans can really make things happen, okay? And I'm just hoping and praying in this case that everything turns into Wendy's favor. I'm not 100% in agreement. Like, I'm in agreement of her money being unfrozen. I don't know if I'm 100% in agreement with Wendy being the one 100% in control without someone kind of overseeing and making sure that she's not being taken advantage of. But I'm not in agreement with any of these non-family members and these vultures on her team being the one appointed to have guardianship over her finances and her. So guys, we're going to keep a close eye on this. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to hit the like button and chat with me in the comments. And when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. And I'll see you on the next video.